All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 675. I'm your host, GPD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who also is announcing a big acquisition, Wombat.
I acquired dinner tonight. Does that count? Is that a big?
Did you acquire it or did you eat it?
Isn't that the same thing?
No.
Pretty sure it's the same thing.
For the purposes of the show, it is the same thing.
It's the same thing. So, same thing. That's all I got. I don't know what you're expecting. I don't know what kind of magic you're expecting from me.
Something.
This is it. This is what you get.
Turn this into something magical. I guess it didn't happen. Shipwreck, how you doing? What do you got?
I got nothing. What's going on?
No? Played ping pong outside today for the first time. First day of the season.
Yesterday? Yesterday was so much nicer.
It was busy yesterday, I think.
We did the outside.
What does that entail for you?
Oh, actually, no, it wasn't the busyness. It wasn't the busyness. There was too much ice and snow still on the patio.
That's crazy. How is that even possible? It was like 65 degrees.
There was a little bit left. I tried my best to prepare. I basically got down to so it would be good for today. And we played today, and that was magical.
That's nice.
Ping pong outdoors is magical.
We had a Nerf gun battle outdoors instead. Nerf guns outside.
Feel like we're starting to turn the corner here.
I hope so. I'm ready for spring. How about you, Ship? You ready for spring?
Sure.
It's not going to matter.
Why not? It doesn't matter. I work at this computer, and then occasionally I go outside. Spring only matters if COVID is gone. Other than that, it's all the same stuff.
You have a nice yard.
Sure, I can go out in my yard. I'm still in my yard.
So, just saying.
You don't use it when it's snow covered, probably that much.
Sure, you can go out there when it's snowing. The yard's still there,
right?
Even when the snow is on top of it.
Right.
I guess the daylight savings. That's where it kicks in. That's the exciting part, I guess.
That would be Sunday. Sunday. We'll give you the whole clock, but you'll only need an hour.
Yeah, daylight's good for one's mood, improving one's mood. More daylight.
It's good to like not go down into my basement in the morning when it's dark and then come out of my basement when it's dark. It's nice.
Right.
That's some mug you got there, Cheapy. It's
a mug of tea.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's large.
It's the size of your head. It's a my tea.
I've burnt my head now, but It's worth it for the visual.
Mm-hmm.
I decided not to have the latte tonight. I feel like my throat hurts a little bit, and I feel like a little tea would be good instead of the latte.
Honey in the tea?
Nah, I'm not. That's too fancy.
Oh, I like honey in my tea.
I do too, but I also like just pouring water in a cup and walking away.
I guess.
That's me. Anything else going on?
We're going to look at another Bat Mitzvah spot tomorrow.
Nice.
I'm hoping it's the final one to look at tomorrow.
Do they have arcade games?
They do not.
Bowling.
So no bowling. This is
sucks.
A much more low-key situation. So we'll see how
more low. Wait, I feel like Dave and Buster's is pretty low key. This is just like a room.
This is just a room, and it's a fancier place, but less bells and whistles and noise and things. It's a more refined establishment.
Okay, I understand now.
What do you get?
I get nothing out of it. We get food. There'd be food. And they have like a little stage for like the ceremony.
But it's not like restaurant food. It's going to be like.
No, it is. It is a restaurant.
Oh, it is a restaurant. Okay.
It is a restaurant.
It's okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what I had my bar mitzvah in a restaurant.
In fact, the food would be, if we pick this place, a Top Chef winner would be the chef for the Bat Mitzvah. So that's a thing, right?
Top Chef winner. Wow.
Yeah. So that's fancy, right?
I guess.
Oh,
Fancier than mine. There was
I
no
think
winners
so.
involved.
yeah.
Except me as the bar mitzvah boy.
Yeah.
You
Sure.
get like presents and stuff for this, or what?
Money.
You get
Uh-huh.
money. Okay.
Money.
Cash
Money.
monies.
And then you're supposed to like open an account.
I got some presents, but it's like I think I got a trumpet. I think I got maybe some luggage, perhaps.
I got a piece of luggage that I had for like forever, basically.
Yes,
after
same.
Mhm.
I think I got a luggage set, if we're being totally honest.
No, I did not. I remember it was a Toomey bag.
To me.
Toomey. Very nice name brand piece of luggage. Mhm.
Fantastic.
Mhm.
I really missed out on this experience. Seems like
Should we move on? Yeah, I mean,
And you're supposed to get bonds. Lots of bonds.
yes,
Yeah.
some
so you don't
bonds.
spend them until you're 25.
I don't remember anything happening with my bar mitzvah money. I don't know. I couldn't tell you where it went,
Mm-mm.
and I don't think it was very sizable. We had a very small one, I think.
Some of it, I think, actually, I know some of it went to pay for college. Not like all 4 years, but like part of the first semester of my freshman year.
I was going to say this is some pretty substantial money if we're talking college money.
Right. Not that would. I don't think that was my situation.
Mhm.
Luggage though, really
Can't
nice
beat it.
luggage.
Can't beat it.
How about some show feedback? Can you beat that?
I can't. All right. So this one is from Tonazors.
Tone Loke.
Tonezors. Do you all ever experience situations where games or other media portray something you're intimately familiar with incorrectly and it takes you out of the experience?
Oh, can I just tell you that I read this before the show, and this is one of the worst pieces of show feedback ever. Go ahead.
Yes. Think hackers watching Swordfish or someone who is into firearms who can't help but count how many shots the bad guy takes between reloads. For me, it's when you guys talk about cars. Lest anyone get any ideas from these guys, no, the Ford EcoSport is not a truck. Calling an EcoSport a truck is like saying the treatment of Republicans is akin to Jews during the Holocaust. Sure, it's a thing you can say, but it's also very dumb and very wrong. It's a lifted Ford Fiesta. Love the show.
Love to compare everything to Holocaust, no matter what.
And the EcoSport's a truck. It's an SUV. I don't care what you
Look,
say.
That's a regional thing. Nobody in Ohio calls SUVs trucks.
it's also hyperbole. Do you have hyperbole in Ohio?
No, we don't have that either.
I believe it. But I'm very well aware of the existence of the crossover and the SUV and the truck and all the shit. But the reality is, at the end of the day, you got a sedan and you got everything else. And at this point, everything else is a truck. Well, these days.
What? You got a sedan and you have everything else.
But everything else is a truck.
It's not.
It's a lifted car. It's a lifted car. What is a lifted car if not a truck?
Four-wheel drive. It's a sport utility vehicle. Is that what I'm supposed to say? I mean,
yeah, they have names. It's not a truck.
I don't know.
I know. It's called hyperbole. It's called hyperbole. I'm well aware that I am generalizing against all the subsections of vehicles, but in my opinion, if it's not a sedan and it's higher than my car, then it's a truck.
Now the Explorer is not a truck then too, right?
It is.
The Explorer is a truck?
Definitely. Explorer is a truck.
It's pretty big and it has captain chairs and a third row seating.
It's
Does
gigantic.
that make it
Yes, that's a truck. A Suburban is a truck also. Basically any vehicle that is really like has no real non-commercial purpose, but has been given one just by putting like more seats in it. That's a truck, basically, for my definition.
Are there no vans in your world?
Well, that's a van.
A van is a truck too, pretty much.
I mean,
you don't really see minivans. You don't really see vans anymore, except for commercial vehicles, and those are trucks. Do you see a lot of vans anymore?
Where there's vans around?
Like what kind of van?
I was behind a van just the other day, an Astro van. It had the license plate of.
Yeah, but that's like 20 years old. That car.
It said Tesla. Its license plate was Tesla.
Was it an Astrovan with a Tesla?
It was an
license?
Astrovan with a Tesla license plate.
So I'm talking about cars that were made in maybe the last 15 years
caravan.
or so.
It was a caravan. I was wrong.
Same thing.
I call
really.
it. They don't make those. They don't do that really.
I would agree that an Astrovan and a caravan are basically the same thing, but they're not trucks.
Although when I used to work at the carpet store when I was a teenager, and we would have to get the carpet into the van in the mornings to bring out to all the places that for the installs, they would say load up the trucks. So
again, it's a regional thing. Nobody says that here.
I know. Nobody says that here either. I only say it because I am bitter when I try to park a normal car, a regular car. The parking spaces are designed,
if you will.
What's that? Yeah. Okay. A sedan, like, a car that, a car. How about a car? We call it a car. And, you have to park next to a Suburban, which is doesn't really fit in the spot. And it's like, well, what? Nobody's supposed to park next to you? It's like, how does that work? Or like these pickup trucks that you see where the hood of the car now, the hood of the truck is like a human being in the street. It's like at head level, basically. It's like, it's a monster machine, really. Like a pickup truck is not even a truck anymore. Those are monster machines. SUVs are trucks, and vans are
vans.
We've solved it.
So is it like a Long Island thing? I'll ask you, Prick. Do you think it's like a Long Island thing that we all call SUVs trucks?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Do people do that? I don't know that people do that here. I'm bitter.
No, all my friends do it too.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Yeah, everyone I know. It's like, who's driving to the thing? Oh, I'll pick you up. I'll take the truck, and then it's a Cherokee.
That's not a thing. It's certainly not in the Midwest. A truck is a very specific that has a bed on it.
If you have to climb up into it, it's a truck.
I call them hoagies.
I call it pop. Mm-hmm. Pop on wheels. If you have to step up into it, it's a truck. If you can't hit the roof of it with, when it snows on top of it and you can't clear it with a stick, that's a truck.
You can clear the top of an EcoSport.
Yes, you can.
It's not as easy. Well, you know what? I was so used to the Fiesta where I just had to like rub my hand over the top and it was cleared off. This was different.
I will admit that an EcoSport is not a truck. I drove by an EcoSport the other day, and while it was like a weird shape and it was like high, like it was vertical, it was somehow small at the same time.
That's exactly. That's
you know what I mean?
Like you've described Wombat. That's why I went with the EcoSport.
Now you know why it's the perfect car for me.
I was like, well, look at that thing. It's so big. And then I'm driving by and I go, oh my God, it's so small. So I know too much about the EcoSport. When Wombat told us he was getting an EcoSport, we Googled it. So I know all about it.
And they like to make fun of me for, I don't know, having not a fancy car. I don't know.
That was
not the thing at all. We were just like wanting you to make sure before you bought it that you had all the facts.
It goes well with the Explorer, which is the nice one.
Right. It makes the Explorer look that much better.
It does make the Explorer look. Although the shiny red EcoSport does look nice. I think it's a nice looking car, but whatever. It doesn't matter.
I get excited when I see them now. I think of you.
Uh-huh. Excellent. Thank you.
Yes.
Should I move on?
Yes. By the way, I was kidding when I said that was the worst comment ever. It was not the worst comment ever. However, if I could offer some advice, no need ever to bring up the Holocaust unless you're like in a situation where you're talking about history and the Holocaust, but not in a comparison to like what somebody else made a comparison to, or a video game, or a car, or it's not a great idea if I say so. Anyway, let's move on.
All right. I got the next couple of comments from YouTube.
Okay.
From the full show on YouTube. Andrew Crossley has to say, I'm pretty sure it'll be easy to buy those comics. I don't think Wombat will have to worry. This is in regards to the Batman Fortnite crossover comics that are coming out in April. We had discussed if I should be pre-ordering them and setting up a pull list at a local comic book shop. And I can confirm that I have done that.
Woo!
Yeah.
Way to go, Wombat.
They emailed me. I did it via email because that's how they recommended I do it. And that was after visiting the store. They said, just email us. I'm like, all right. And I did. And they emailed me back and said, you're all set. So I'm excited to get my 6 Batman Fortnite crossover comics. Shipwreck, I sent you the picture of the cover that they released of Batman and Snake Eyes together. I didn't know if you actually looked at it.
I looked at it.
Yeah.
Did you get sexually aroused from it?
It's got Batman and Snake Eyes together at last.
The duo I've always wanted.
I don't know. I think it's weird in the sense that so Snake Eyes usually is, well, he's not Marvel anymore though, right? Because now it's IDW.
He's IDW now, yeah.
So I guess they're probably more willing to make a deal with DC Comics than I don't know how any of this works. But
whatever, you're gonna get it.
They
That's
have
the important
deal
thing
to make there. Maybe they have a slight deal. I would think Hasbro probably owns the
Hasbro now has a 5-year agreement with Fortnite. So whatever that means.
Means
you
get some My Little Pony soon.
Transformers coming up. Skinny Transformers, like the girl.
RC.
They have like a mech character that shows up in the shop every now and again. So there's precedence for the size of that kind of character.
Right.
Yeah.
Before you
know what Snake Eyes and Batman will be doing.
Shooting.
I see them on a cover. No, but in the comic book, what is this comic book?
Shooting and building walls.
It's gonna be apparently, it's all about the lore of Fortnite. We've talked about this before. There's
little kids screaming and building walls and shooting.
Yeah,
that's the lore.
Mm-hmm.
That's yes.
I don't know. Well, I'll let you know.
Is that issue like? Is it exclusively just Batman and Snake Eyes palling around, or is just Snake Eyes just going to be like, "Hey"?
You asked me like I wrote it.
Pre-order that. Well, you did pre-order it.
I did. I pre-ordered all 6.
You let us know when it comes in.
Yeah, we have a month.
Right. By the way, before you move on to this next show feedback, I just want to defend my car knowledge, if I can, for a second.
Oh my God.
I actually do know, I'm not saying like I'm a car expert, but I spent my nerdy junior high school experience in the library reading car magazines in study hall because you could just fill out a form and they would just give you any magazine that they had in the collection. And I was into cars. So I know what the cylinders mean. I know all that stuff. You understand? I know I know V and the number. I know all that shit. So when I'm talking about trucks and SUVs, I'm like trying to be funny, okay? Trying to make jokes. Some people got to bust out the Holocaust references, but I'm just trying to make the jokes.
Can we move on now?
Of course. Move on to this
because I feel like we're beating a dead horsepower here.
Oh!
What? Stuart Bagley has to say, FYI, Outriders, which we talked about that played the demo last week, Outriders is not a games as service. It's more like Borderlands where there's a campaign that ends. There are no daily or weekly quests, no shared social spaces, no microtransaction. It's a game that if the game does well, they may do an expansion, but as it stands, what's in the box is the full experience, which leads me to ask my next question. Then why the fuck can't I pause the goddamn game?
Yeah. I mean, that's a great feature, pausing the game. I'm a big fan of that feature.
It's the biggest, it's the most important quality of life feature of any game that requires more than 10 minutes of playtime.
Maybe somebody can clip this and then we can send this to the developers.
Yeah. Because I don't want to start a mission that's going to take 25 minutes knowing that I can't pause it.
Yep.
So
I'm more interested in trying this game now that I know that it's not a service.
The demo is still live. You could go and check it out.
I don't need to play a demo.
Well, your demo progress carries over. Oh,
okay. Mm-hmm. If that's the case, I would be interested in trying.
Yeah, when you play the demo, just if you buy the game, it just picks up from where you left off.
Best demo feature.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for the show feedback, it looks like.
Yeah. I think it was good. It was a fruitful endeavor.
Fruitful, yes. We learned a lot about cars. Let me know if you need to know the 0 to 60 time of a 1984 Nissan Maxima. I
could care less.
I memorized those. Even like the boring cars. Like I would know the Ford EcoSport 0 to 60 time in 1986.
And a Nissan Sentra, a 1994 Nissan Sentra?
That's past my time. And I'm old now. I don't remember that. But I literally, in the back of these car magazines, they'd have the table and I would just memorize it because I don't know why.